In 1934, a group of disaffected members of the Edgware United Synagogue met at the White Lion Hotel in Edgware to discuss whether they could start a new shul. The meeting was conducted by John Chapman, or as he preferred to be called, Jack Chapman. And they really wanted to start another United Synagogue, but the main body of the United Synagogue, of course, didn't want two United Synagogues in a little suburb like Edgware. So, with the help of the West London Synagogue, they became the Edgware District Reform Synagogue, and that was in February 1935. By the time it got to 1939, things were going very well, but then the war broke out. After the war, after a couple of years after the war, in 1948 actually, they met together again to restart the Edgware District Reform Synagogue. They met in different people's houses. Friday night services were always conducted at Cicely Barnett's home. In 1952, the present area of the shul was purchased at 118 Stone Grove, a magnificent house called Sidbury Lodge. In 1953, we were so terribly lucky to have appointed as our rabbi Dr. Ignaz Maybaum. And then Sim BLOSTIN became our chairman, and was followed by a succession of luminaries, some of whom still hold voluntary and honorary posts. In 1963, Reverend Michael LEIGH was appointed minister, and a year later he was ordained rabbi. With the expansion of membership in the 1980s, the Barnett Hall, which had been the Scout Hut and then the Annex, became a purpose-built building catering for youth activities, the day centre for the elderly of the whole district, and the Nagila Nursery School. On retirement of Rabbi LEIGH, Rabbi Daniel Smith became our senior rabbi. This is Danny Smith today, 17 years later. In 2001, the main synagogue was completely remodeled, and we now have a modern synagogue seating 400. When it's expanded, it goes up to 830. The building also has a first-class library, offices, classrooms, reception hall, and a fully equipped kosher kitchen. Today, we are the largest Reform synagogue in Europe, with over 2,000 families. We have two full-time rabbis, Rabbi Danny Smith and Rabbi Neil Craig. We were always concerned with Jewish education aspects. We have a really wide range of social and cultural activities. Through our interfaith groups, we try to reach out to the whole of our Jewish and non-Jewish community. Our monthly magazine, Emet, is delivered to members by hand in order to save postage expenses. All of these activities require an immense number of behind-the-scenes activity. The administration of the synagogue is in the safe hands of Karen Sennett and her team. The governing body of the synagogue is its council, which determines policy and takes major decisions.